Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back with another video helping y'all simplify your fitness journey by going to the gym and only focusing on exercises that work. The fitness industry nowadays, people aren't making content to help you and educate you. They're making content for views. So if you're wondering why exercises might look weird or programs might look weird, it's because they need content, because that's how they make a living. It's not helping you directly. Not everyone, but that's general consensus of how the fitness space is nowadays. So if you like my channel, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and you should know that this Friday, I will be 40 years old. And if that makes you feel old, because you've been watching me since you've been in high school or college, well, you should. We're all getting old. But you know what? When we stay consistent, we work out, we eat right, we maintain our youth. So happy birthday to me and all my other October babies out there, October friends. Happy birthday to you as well. So to jump into today's video, we're going to talk about this article I wrote back in 2019. Of course, it comes with a YouTube video as well. You can watch the full video on YouTube. Every single one of my videos on YouTube, you might not know this, I have the article version with like screenshots and photos of the video on my website, muscularstrength.com. And of course, I'll post a link to this article down in the info section below. And the reason why I did this is because, you know, maybe you just want a refresher and you don't want to have to scroll through a video to try to find that exact spot that had that information that you wanted to refresh yourself on. That's why the articles are created. And for those of you who went to my website, muscularstrength.com, and you scrolled down a little bit and signed up right here with your email, you would have already gotten this article last week. So there's that right there. So make sure you guys sign up and get over 1,700 videos. Lots of great information for y'all to digest. But let's just jump right back in here. So 3 exercises I used to do every workout. Now, my mindset when I made this video was that a lot of people, they go to the gym and they just waste their time on exercises that don't give them enough bang for their buck, right? Like you can literally go to the gym and focus on 2 to 3 exercises per body part and just hit those exercises with more sets versus trying to split every muscle group into like 5 or 6 exercises, and you would get better results. Good example of this, just to help everyone understand, is like if you go to the gym and you do a barbell bench press for 3 sets, and then you go do like high to low cable flies and low to high cable flies, 3 sets each, that means you just did 6 sets of cable flies compared to your 3 sets of a barbell bench press. You're better off just doing 8 sets here and then being on your way if that's the case. Why? Heavier weights, right? More time under tension with a heavier load. You can get way more bang for your buck out of a bench press than you ever would from a cable fly. And that's just the way life rolls. And you should be thinking this way with every single exercise that you do, right? Which exercises can I push myself the hardest on? Those are the ones you should be sticking to. And it's okay to do more than 3 sets, right? I tell people sometimes, hey, do 7 sets on this exercise. And like, oh my God, 7 sets? That's crazy. Why would you ever do 7 sets? That's stupid. I'm like, bro, you're about to do 4 exercises, 3 sets each. That's way more than 7. That's 12. And it's like the math ain't mathing in their head until you explain it that way. Anyways, let's scroll down. So the first exercise that I talk about, it's 3 exercises, is the triceps pull down, okay? Reverse pull down. This is basically like doing a triceps push down, right? But your hands are reversed. And you'll notice a lot of people will do like 3 sets of a push down and then immediately just kind of like, you know, reverse their hands, or they'll change it from a V-bar to a straight bar and do a reverse pull down and do 3 sets of that. And the reason why I don't do this exercise anymore is because I can overload and go much heavier on a triceps push down with my hands this way than I can with the reverse pull down. And if I'm limited on time in the gym, I would rather do the exercise that I can do more weight with. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't even put a triceps push down exercise in my routine unless I did like a heavy power bomb with a dumbbell or heavy dips first, right? Like this isn't an exercise that you run to when it's time to train your triceps. There's other exercises that are higher in the pecking order that you would do before even doing this. So doing it with reverse grip, I mean, you're really low. Now, people do say, and the research is out there, that you can place a bit more emphasis on the medial head of your triceps when doing this exercise with the reverse pull down, right? And I also say in this article that for those of you who have a hard time feeling the triceps contract when doing a push down with your hands the normal way, when you reverse your hands and pull your arms all the way down, it is actually forcing you to flex your tricep a bit more. So a reverse pull down might help some of you who have a hard time feeling this exercise in your triceps. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to build as much muscle mass as possible and you're trying to go after exercises that target the triceps in a way that's going to allow you to overload, you want to put yourself in a position that's mechanically advantageous, which is the overhand position. Now, also keep in mind, if you want to change where emphasis is placed on your triceps, like the long head versus the medial head versus the lateral head, right? That really depends on where your elbow placement is. And so you'll notice when people do the reverse pull down, they're actually like bent over and their elbows are off to the side of their body like this because they're bent over to pull down. Well, you might as well just go do a skull crusher if you're going to do that. It's going to be a lot easier to do and you can do more weight. So that's the first exercise. It's, again, these exercises aren't bad. They're just exercises that I don't incorporate in my workouts anymore because I'd rather focus on ones that are better and give me more bang for my buck. I mean, in fact, you'd be better off just doing a dip than doing a reverse pull down here, right? And again, I usually use the push down as a burnout exercise at the end of my workout when I'm training my arms, right? So here, let's scroll down a bit more. The concentration curl. This is an exercise I did a lot when I was young, when I was a kid. In fact, when I first started training in my basement, I did barbell bench press and concentration curl. Because like every movie you saw, like when people were doing curls, they were always like sitting and doing a concentration curl. So that's like what you did, right? You just kind of monkey dude the thing. But if I'm trying to train my biceps and I'm going for growth, I'm not going to use a concentration curl. It's going to really limit me on how much weight I'm going to lift. And when I get to a point to where I'm starting to fatigue, but I want to do more repetitions, I'm not going to be able to use any momentum to try to focus on like a heavy negative, right? Because I'm stuck there in this position, concentrating with my elbow in one spot. Now, an exercise that I have been doing in the gym that you guys might want to try is I've been doing biceps curls, and I've actually made a video about this where I sit back slightly and lean over. So my arms aren't hanging directly by my side. They're actually kind of hanging forward a little bit, almost the same position as a Spider-Man curl, right? And then what I do is as I'm curling the weight, I'm focusing on keeping my elbows in that fixed position slightly forward. And it's keeping constant tension on my biceps throughout the entire repetition, all the way up, all the way down. And this exercise has been giving me quite the good workout for the past year or so since I started focusing on it, right? Like, if I'm going to go to the gym and do 2 exercises for my biceps, I'm going to do a straight bar barbell curl slightly bent over, and then I'll follow it up with like a hammer curl, or I'll superset it with the reverse grip biceps curl, right, to hit my arms a little bit of a different way. But you will never catch me in the gym. In fact, I don't think I've even done this exercise since I made this article. And then even when I made this article, that was probably the first time I did this exercise since I was in my basement working out as a kid, right? It's just not an exercise that I'm going to focus on if I have limited time in the gym or a specific goal of building muscle and strength. It's only an exercise that I would focus on as maybe like a burnout at the end or something like that, right? So again, concentration curl. These aren't bad exercises. If you have a hard time feeling your biceps contract, maybe you're a beginner, or maybe you had an injury, or maybe you've never really built that mind-muscle connection, then great. Like, do this exercise to teach your body how to focus on your biceps. But once you've passed that step, there's really no need to dive into that exercise anymore. Don't waste your time with it. And then the third and the final exercise is the half and half curls. So a traditional biceps curl, starting from a hammer curl position. This, I don't know if saying I get mad or frustrated is the right word. It's just, when I see people do this in the gym, like, I just have to, like, I want to go and tell them to stop, okay? Like, pick a friggin' exercise. Either you want to do a hammer curl or you want to do a dumbbell curl. Don't mix them together. There's no point, right? Like, when you go to the gym and you're trying to isolate different muscles and you're trying to work on certain areas or lagging areas, things like that, like, just build your program around that. Doing a biceps curl starting with your hands in this position, you don't really start activating your biceps until you get to the middle and you twist your arm out like this, right? When your palms are facing in and your hand is in this position, okay, your biceps aren't activated. Believe it or not, just standing, holding dumbbells with your wrist supinated like this activates your biceps. Your biceps are activated in this position right here, which means if you're doing your dumbbell curls for your biceps and you're starting like this and doing this on every set, every single repetition throughout the entire range of motion, your biceps are activated. Over here, yeah, of course, like there's a degree of activation, but not to the degree that there is down there. A hammer curl, you utilize a hammer curl to hit different parts of your arm. For example, when you do a hammer curl, for those of you who don't know what it is, you would stay in this position the entire time with your palms facing in as you do the curl. That's going to hit the brachialis, right here in the middle of your arm. And if you do a hammer curl with your arm in front of you like this, and you curl up this way, that'll actually target the outside head of your biceps, believe it or not, changing how your arm is positioned when you do the curl. So there's like the regular way, then there's your arm crossed in front of you coming up this way, and you're targeting the outside head or the long head of your biceps when you do that. But if your goal is, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to bang out some friggin' dumbbell curls as heavy as I can, I'm going to crush my biceps with these dumbbell curls, well, first of all, make sure you're doing full range of motion all the way down, right? Make sure your elbow locks out at the bottom of the movement, and make sure your biceps are activated from the start, from the sticking point, which is the bottom, by having your wrist in this supinated position right here, okay? And if you've never done it this way, and you've only done it this way, well, get ready to be sore, because you've probably never truly trained your arms throughout that bottom range of motion with heavy weight using dumbbells before. And you're going to love it, because you're going to get stronger. But these are 3 exercises, and there's more exercises that I just don't focus on anymore, guys, because as you know, my philosophy in the gym is and always has been, keep it simple, stupid, right? There are a bunch of exercises that you can do that have worked for decades. You don't have to get fancy with your workouts. In fact, the more fancy you get, the more likely you are to probably give up or quit on the program that you're doing, because it just gets to be a bit too much, right? Mentally, when you go to the gym, like, if you have to do 6 different exercises for a body part, which trainers do this, by the way, to make you think you need them to make you a program. It's like they overcomplicate it to make you think that you can't do it on your own. 6 exercises is a lot of exercises. If you're doing 2 to 3, 6 to 7 sets per exercise, it doesn't feel as much of a burden, because it's only 2 or 3 exercises for that body part, even though you are doing more sets, right? So it's like you can play these mental games with yourself when you go to the gym to get you to train harder. Also, my programs on my website, muscularstrength.com, follow the same philosophy. I keep it simple. Whether I'm doing cheat and recover, full body evolution, push-pull legs, guaranteed gains, this is the simplest of the simplest workouts you could do, but still get badass results. And you can try it for free just by going to my website, so go see for yourself. But of course, as you all know, the workout that I've been doing my entire life, going to be 40 in 2 days, is the 5-day bodybuilding split. It's my absolute favorite program to do. And what I do is I not only keep it simple, but I focus on a technique called drop sets, which will give you the best pump of your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know today was a little fun and ranty, but you know what? I'm having fun with it, right? We've been here for like 13 years. Let's just have fun. Let's get the information out there. If you guys have suggestions for future content, make sure you post those suggestions down as a comment in the comment section below. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next video.